What is going on, YouTube? Cloud here, and I'm bringing you the very quick, very abridged team builder for our week 4 of the Battle Union. We are playing Onesie Bennett, and oh my, does he have a squad! But we're gonna start off with ours first. Be able to see both on the side. I'm not gonna be that guy. But we're gonna lead off with Don Fan. A nice assault vest, mainly for switching into Tapu Koko if he wants to run Hidden Power Ice. It's really not going to hurt us all that badly. Just as well, Alex knows how to use a Fortress. From one Fortress to another, that thing is scary when used offensively. I really wouldn't put it past him to bring a Power Herb Solar Beam, so we are going to bring Assault Vest without the AV. If he brings Power Herb Solar Beam, one U-turn for Mega Beedrill and we're dead. That's it. Like, not even a special attack EVs, just a modest nature, is going to deal a good 60% of damage to us without the AV, where Beedrill can easily clean up. At least with this, we outspeed Fortress, we can get a Fire Fang off. Again, if he's bringing, well, he's going to bring Tapu Koko, that's a given. But we can eat an HP Ice, no problem, and fire off an Earthquake. Just as well, we have Rapid Spin for obvious spinning, and Ice Shard for that nice priority. Donovan has that max attack, nice out of nature. Let's try to complement it. So moving on from there, we are bringing Emily Rose, the Wigglytuff, that nice little possessed body pillow. Nice and frisk, so we can check out some items. We got Wish, Protect, Dazzle Gleam, and Fire Blast. Now this set is mainly for Hydreigon. If he wants to bring a choice Hydreigon, like my team we can't really stand up to it. If he's Specs, I can't take a hit. If he's Scarfed, I can't outspeed. So that thing is really scary. Wigglytuff is made to handle either which form. We can just barely survive 2 hits from a Specs Hydreigon, in which case we can fire back Dazzling Gleam or put up Wish for sustenance. So, Wiggly's really just here for that purpose, as well as just kind of throwing wishes around. We have Fire Blast for the Fortress, because I don't want him to throw Fortress in there thinking he can set up all over Wiggly. Nah, no setting up on this Wiggles. This Wiggly? No setting up on Wigglytuff. Like, Fire Blast. So, we also count our defenses well enough so that we can survive a couple U-turns from Mega Beedrill, and again fire off that Fire Blast. So, well, that doesn't make sense because whatever. We have Fire Blast for Fortress, Dazzling Gleam for Hydreigon, and Wish Protect for anything else. I really don't see Wigglytuff having to be thrown in against anything else, but whatevs. Next up, we have Johnny Fisk because he took Talonflame off the bench. So, weeks 1 through 3, we fought big offensive fire types. Why would we not fight a big offensive fire type week 4? But this time, we have Stunfisk. Talonflame really can't do all that much to it. Brave Bird's going to do minuscule damage. Flare Blitz, if he's not banded, is going to do, I want to say 30% or so. Plus, you're going to have to use that recoil and the chance of static. So, plus is there. We got some leftovers. Super bulky. Stunfisk can even handle some Mr. Mega Beedrills. I don't really see him bringing Drill Run. I mean, if anything, I think Drill Run only does 3% more than U-turn because of adaptability. So really not a purpose anyway. But we have Stealth Rock to pressure that bee, to pressure the Talonflame. We have Discharge for some stab, extra pair chances. We have Earth Power for A, the Fortress, and B if he wants to bring Ditto, but we'll get into that a little later. And T-Wave just for the tech. Should probably actually just take T-Wave off. There's really no purpose in me running that. I don't see him switching anything in the Stunfisk that isn't. I really just don't see him switching anything in the Stunfisk that isn't maybe Tapu Koko. But, Earth Power. We're going to move on to Cecilia the Celesteela, our dedicated Beedrill switch-in, as well as a couple other funky things. Now this Celesteela is it's kind of a weird set. We're running an Akaberry on it, mainly because Celesteela can do a good number of things to his team, but his team can also deal a lot more things back to Celesteela. We have Flash Cannon for the stab, Flamethrower for the Fortress and for the Ditto, and the Mega Beetle, honestly. Rock Slide for the Talonflame. Even with that minus attack nature, Rock Slide will still kill it. So, pluses. And Giga Drain, I don't see him bringing Slowbro, but I needed something to take out Diggersby anyway, so we put Giga Drain on there for both of them. Now, yeah. Basically, he has a lot of mons that can hurt Celesteela pretty badly. He's got Hydreigon, he's got Talonflame, he's got Diggersby, he's got Ditto. All of those things can potentially have a fire attack that can destroy us, which is why the Aqua Berry is there, so Celesteela can take them out first. And I'm cool with that. Hopefully, this thing does some work. If it doesn't, I'll be sad. But regardless, I should be preserving it for Weaviles anyway. But moving on from there, we're going to go into Justamon, the Mega Galley, the nice Justified ability to protect some Dark Pulses from Hydreigon. We're running Shadow Sneak for that nice priority. I think it hits Weaviles for a little over half health. Dragon Punch for some stab, as well as a way to take out Hydreigon and Diggersby. Toxic for that predicted Slowbro switch if he decides to bring Slowbro. Again, I really don't think he will, but I don't want to not prep for it, because Slowbro is a dangerous mon if not taken care of. And Knockoff for that clean utility. We are speed creeping at max speed Diggersby right now. As luckily, the speed tiers are mostly in our favor as is. Obviously, Tapu Koko and Mega Beetle are going to be faster than everything on my team. So there's that. And the last mon we are going to be showing off is Celebi. I know Thundurus does a lot better against this team. It really does. But hear me out. That's why I'm not bringing it. Thundurus does better against this team, which means he's probably going to prep for Thundurus. Which means I'm hoping he over-preps for Thundurus. See, I'd rather just, instead of running Thundy and having to play safe and cautious with it for the first half of the game, and or losing it because of prep I didn't expect, I'd rather just not bring it, and bring quite possibly one of the worst mons I have in the matchup, something he probably isn't going to be prepping much against. So, without Thundy, I'm hoping a couple of his mons have maybe one less attack. Maybe he doesn't really have a use for Walk and Berry, but you know, just for the sake of example, maybe an item that isn't going to be useful. You know what I mean. But Celebi does do some work here, really only in a Scarf setting, as Dazzling Gleam does take care of Hydreigon. Psychic is going to take care of Mega Beetle easily. Psychic does very heavy damage to Tapu Koko. Psychic kills Talonflame after rocks, even after just recoil from Flare Blitz or Brave Bird. Earth Power is going to take care of Tapu Koko. Hit Steelix very hard. Hit Fortress pretty hard. And Giga Drain is going to take out Slowbro as well as Diggersby. So pluses. Now, for his team, I'm really expecting Tapu Koko. I'm expecting Weaviles. I'm expecting Hydreigon. I'm expecting Fortress. I'm expecting Talonflame. And I'm expecting Ditto. Ditto is honestly one thing I'm very afraid of. And I tried to build the team the best I could around it. I designed everything specifically, for the most part, so that they couldn't hurt themselves. Like, Celebi's max special attack modest, and I think Dazzling Gleam does the most damage to it at about 20%. Mega Galley, the only threatening attack it has against itself would be Shadow Sneak and or Toxic if you're going to take that route. I don't know if he's going to bring Scarf to it or not. Probably, because Sharpedo is also really good in this matchup, and it'd be a great way to take Bio and Sharpedo off guard. Celesteela, I can see him switching Ditto in on just to try to gain information on, but again, we have the Aqua Berry for that. So if he wants to throw a Scarfed Flamethrower at us, we can live it with the Aqua Berry and fire one back. Stunfisk can eat an Earth Power from itself. It's a Stunfisk, so not super concerned there. Donphan, Ice Shard super effective, but at the same time, like, we're gonna be hammering away at each other, and he's not gonna want to hurt Ditto that badly just by switching on Donphan and clicking Ice Shard. I feel like there isn't much of a purpose to that. Wigglytuff, unfortunately, has no way to take care of itself. If he switches it on Wigglytuff with Ditto, he basically just gets a free wish. So, if he does bring Ditto, hopefully he does not. I don't see a reason why he wouldn't. We have to play Wigglytuff very carefully, very cautiously, very sparingly. What else? Fortress. Alex is very good with Fortress. Very good with Fortress. I tried to prep for it as much as possible. I can see him setting up Wigglytuff. We have Fire Blast for that. Donphan, we have the Fire Fang. We have an Assault Vest in case he wants to be cheeky with some Power Up Solar Beaming. Stunfisk can Earth Power, but he can easily Rapid Spin, and Fortress isn't really going to care about Paralysis. We have Flamethrower on Celesteela. Justimon doesn't do too much outside of just punching it over and over again. And Celebi does have that damage dealing Earth Power, but I think it only does like 40% or so, depending on his investment. As for Koko and Mega Beedrill and Talonflame, they are going to be handled respectively by Donphan, Celesteela, and Stunfisk. Donphan is our Koko switch-in. Completely. Electric's not going to affect it. He's probably going to bring U-turn anyway because I have Thunderous, but regardless, Electric isn't going to affect it. Our natural defense is high enough to resist most physical attacks, and with the Assault Vest, Hidden Power Ice isn't going to do a whole lot anyway, so Koko shouldn't be too much of a concern as long as he doesn't run Nature's Madness, which he actually might against my squad. We are surprisingly bulky in some areas, and it would allow him to 2-hit KO Celesteela a lot easier. Stunfisk for Talonflame. Talonflame does not touch the Stunfisk. It just doesn't. Flare Blitz at most does like 30%, in which he risks the para, risks the discharge, and yeah. Brave Bird is doing virtually nothing. And Mega Beedrill, I think, outside of knockoff, I'm not sure how much that does, but I would U-turn hits Celesteela for about 6 to 7% with only 1 extra point of investment. But we are going to have this battle. I think we are scheduled for later today, we discussed. But anyway, I'm going to see you guys after all that. Till then, peace.
What's going on, YouTube? Cloud Envy here, bringing you our Week 4 battle of the TBU, that is Season 5, and first and foremost, I want to apologize for such a late upload. Our water heater exploded, so that was kind of top priority, and above that, Camtasia is just the worst software you could use. It's deleted like 3 of my narrations so far, so hopefully this one works. I've been saying that twice now, but let's jump into this team preview. We are going to be battling Onesie Banette. Very scary matchup for us. He did bring Tapu Koko, Mega Beedrill, Diggersby, Hydreigon, Fortress, and Slowbro. We got 4.5 correct, I guess. Really didn't expect Slowbro to come, but Diggersby was kind of half and half. I could see him bringing it because it destroys my team, but at the same time, a lot of my team can kind of hit it back unless he's like Scarfed, but I feel like a Scarfed Hydreigon would be just a little better than Scarfed Dig for him. And just as well, he's got crazy speed in Tapu Koko and Mega Beedrill, especially since me bringing Trick Room back to back just wouldn't make much sense, even if it was a ploy to catch you off guard. But either way, we're gonna hop into this. We are going to be battling Pokemon Trainer Alex, and we are going to start with Cecilia because I expected Mega Beedrill. I figured it was a coin toss between Beedrill and Koko. He went with Koko. We lost the toss. Turn 1, we're already looking bad. So we're going to get Celesteela right up on out just in case he wants to go for the Volt Switch. I really don't think he has it, but if he does, I'm not trying to take any chances. We're going to go into Johnny Fisk here. Johnny's gonna eat this U-turn. He doesn't really care about it. Look at him. He's a pancake. He's a burnt pancake. So he's going to get that momentum. That turn 2 momentum into the big Narster. And Stunfisk cannot deal with this guy. I am expecting a very heavy earthquake coming our way. So we're going to switch out into Celesteela. And when I say Celesteela, I mean Donphan. Because I misclicked. And I was so mad. I was like, oh my god, Donphan's gonna get fucked up already because I pushed the wrong button. We're gonna switch on out of there, go into Celesteela because Donphan ate a crazy amount of unnecessary damage. I was that almost put me. I forgot the word. It made me so mad. But he's going to go for the Fire Punch. I'm not really worried about we have an Akaberry. We can survive one, go for Giga Drain, survive another. But he gets the crit. He crits right through the Akaberry, and he gets the burn with it. Luckily, the burn really just isn't going to matter too much, but that crit did suck for us. Like, we did live it, which is a plus, but the crit means we can't take another Fire Punch. And that makes me sad. Because the Akaberry meant that the Giga Drain would have put us at enough health to take a second Fire Punch, but with the crit, Celesteela does fall here. I could have definitely played that better. Probably should have switched Celesteela out, but unfortunately, like, something on my team had to die there. That was a weird course of events that just happened. Gained life back real fast and lost it again. Not gonna question it, just gonna roll with it. We're gonna go into Justamon. As soon as he hit the field, I was like, shit, I can't use Shadow Sneak. He's a normal type. Why don't I know anything about newer Mons? Why don't I know anything about OU Mons? But we are going to go for the Drain Punch, hoping he does not Quick Attack, which he does not. That would have been a very unfortunate amount of damage dealt to us. So Diggersby is going to go down. The big Narsty is no longer being nasty to us. Ha 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 ha. I'm not funny. But he's going to go into Mega Jolt. I felt like the U-turn was obvious. Poison Jab had a very good chance to kill, I think. But he also didn't really have a reason to go for that. U-turn was a lot safer, and it hit a lot more of my team, so. See, that Shadow Sneak, I calculated, did 50 to 60%. This shows that he has a pretty okay amount of HP investment. He really didn't need 252 in speed, so HP is reasonable. But I needed that damage off. Once I get rocks up, I need to pressure that Beedrill really hard. We don't want to deal with Coco. So far, we only know it has U-turn and return. So we're going to go into Johnny Fisk, who's going to get hit with this return. I lied. We just now learned that he has return. But, unfortunately, I really wanted Donphan to be our top and Coco switch in, but since I messed up, he really can't, which is unfortunate. So Stunfisk can have to cover that. Undone Hydreigon's coming out as we're going to go for Stealth Rock. Considering he didn't U-turn, that forced me to assume that he was choiced either Scarfed or Banded. I really couldn't tell. Looking at Coco's move pool, Banded really wouldn't have been his best option, but I felt like at 130 base speed, there really wasn't a need to go Scarfed unless he was trying to counter Scarflaws, which if he was, it worked. Like, Celebi is Scarfed, and I didn't expect a Scarfed Coco. But he's going to make a great play here, great prediction. Go for the Toxic on our Wiggly switch, and now our Cleric is on a timer. That's not what you want. You don't want your Cleric of all Mons to be Toxic. He's going to get up on out of there, go back, or go into top of Coco, and Wigglytuff's just hacking up a lung. She's being real sad right now. We're going to go for a Wish. I didn't really know what he wanted to do. If he wanted to fire a Flash Cannon, I wanted to be prepared. But he did not, showing us either that he was afraid of Dazzling Gleam or he didn't have it. Either which way, I'm okay with that. Electricity's going to disappear. So, we don't want Wigglytuff to stay in here. There's no reason for it. We're going to go into Donphan, who I know can live a hit from a Tapu Koko. I mean, at this point, I'm weary about it because he's not special, which is one of the reasons we brought an Assault Vest. So he's going to U-turn, leaving us with just enough HP to be able to recover, which is great for us. And go into the Fortress, and oh, I'm so happy. I wanted these two to be on the field at the same time. I figured it was unavoidable. We both set up, we both spin, and here Veil's leftover, showing us that he doesn't have the Power Herb, which means he doesn't have Solar Beam. And oh, It was just so relieving. He goes for the Giga Drain here, which, thanks to our Assault Vest, is not going to be able to 2-hit KO. It was not from that range. And we can fire back a very hard Fire Fang, knocking this down to killing range, basically. This leaves him with 3 options. He can get rocks up, spin rocks away, or go for damage. Now, he did choose to spin rocks away, which is a respectable decision. They were pressuring Weaviles really hard. Honestly, I think it was his best bet. So Fortress is going to go down here. Luckily for us, that is a big concern out of the way. Most of my team just didn't want to deal with it, and he did outspeed Donphan, which means he was probably going to well, there was no doubt he was going to outspeed Wigglytuff. Donphan's faster than Wigglytuff. Donphan's not Wigglier. He's going to go for a U-turn here. We're going to go into Johnny Fist trying to get some hacks. I want the static to happen. Be honest, we all do it. We all do. Not a great thing to do, but it happens. We're going to get some lefty health up as he's going to go into Undyne again. Now, I know we can live a Dark Pulse. The question is, can we not get flinched? Luckily, we do not. So Stealth Rock's going right back up again. I cannot stress how much I need these rocks out. That Beedrill, if he's not pressured, it can just U-turn all over the place, and I cannot have that happening, especially with Celesteela down, because, Either way, Celesteela's down. Wigglytuff's coming in at this rate. He's either afraid of Dazzling Gleam, or he doesn't have Flash Cannon, so he's going to go for a Dragon Pulse. Wigglytuff's not going to care too much, but that is going to be a crit to us, as well as the toxic damage almost counteracting your lefties. Now this was a fun turn. He's going to go for Dark Pulse, and I turned away to look at the TV. I didn't see that we flinched until I started to record this the first or second time. So I think I have a Wish Up right now. So we lose some health on Fort, but it happens. And we're going to go for a Dazzling Gleam here because I know we're going to, well, I think we're going to be gaining health back. So we fire this Dazzling Gleam off, and that's going to hit really hard, but it doesn't kill. And I'm like, is he a bulky Hydreigon? Like, what's happening here? Like, I don't know his last 2 moves, but I know he survived a Dazzling Gleam. And I'm like, okay, well, we'll get health back. Where's our health? So I have it in my head that the Toxic and the Dark Pulse did a crazy amount of damage. So I'm convinced that we're dead. Like, I thought Dark Pulse did that much. I was like, he's going to kill us right now, there's no doubt. I'm going to go for a Wish just to be safe. But he switches into Tapu Koko. And after I realized we flinched, it made a lot more sense to me. Because I'm thinking, like, why didn't he just kill me? But we never got the Wish Up in the first place. It cleared a lot up for me. You know, it feels better this way. But we do get the Wish Up. We survive on 1 hit point, which is insane. Like, I'm thanking the Wiggly God right now. So Donphan is coming back in. At this point, I know we can live a U-turn, but he goes for the Dazzling Gleam. And again, Assault Vest just comes through. Like, Donphan is looking like the MVP right now. Catching 2 wishes, already got a kill under his belt, but Slowbro's coming in against us, and we almost put knockoff on this set. We almost put knockoff on, and I'm really glad we didn't, because at the rate we're looking at in the game, I probably would have clicked it. But we do not. We're going to switch out. We're going to go in into Wigglytuff, kind of scout this thing out, as well as just sack it. But we do reveal it has a Life Orb, which is not super uncommon, but it's also not, like, common. So I'm trying to think, like, is he 3-attack slack off Slowbro? Like, what is happening? So we're going to go into Celebi, and our best bet's a Giga Dream. We either kill the Slowbro or kill something else. Like, there's nothing else about it. I also don't know whether Koko is scarfed or banded by this point. I'm convinced it's banded. So, if he switched into Koko and not died, Celebi absolutely would have died there, which is great for us that he didn't do that. But Beedrill's coming out. We're gonna go back into Johnny Fisk, and I figured, okay, we didn't work the first time. Maybe we can get the static the second time. But Johnny's gonna go down. The pancake did its work. He did what he was supposed to do. He put the rocks up, and he put the rocks up again. But he goes down, and Beedrill switch now. He's gonna go into Tapu Koko now. And it's looking like my best bet at this point is it's probably gonna be Donphan. Looking at Beedrill's range, we can KO it with an Ice Shard. Hydreigon, we can KO it with an Ice Shard. We just have to take out the Koko. But he's going to go for a U-turn. I went for an Earthquake here. I figured it was safe. I would kill Koko or Beedrill. Or Hydreigon switches, potentially dies to rocks. He does not. I believe he also lived on just a sliver. His Levitate is going to make him immune to that Earthquake, which, again, is great for us. I'm not sure if I revealed whether I was banded or not. I know I was trying to bluff it for the first half of the game. I can't remember if I actually revealed it by this point. I have a mosquito bite. We're going to go for a Ice Shard here, but he switches out, going into Tapu Koko. I figured at this point in the game, I can kind of just click Ice Shard forever. If something bad happens, we still have priority on Megalade. We still have Scarf Celebi. Again, keeping in mind that I don't know whether this Koko is Scarfed or not in the game. It is Scarfed, by the way. Like, this is totally Scarfed. Celebi would totally be dead from U-turn. At least most likely. Should have calced it. Didn't calc it. But he's going to go into Mega Beedrill after Koko falls. Mega Beedrill is going to eat some rocks damage. And Donphan is going to click Ice Shard here. And down goes the Mega B. Donphan getting 3 kills under his belt so far. This is not something you see every day. Not something you see every day. He's going to go back into Hydreigon, who is unfortunately going to go down to rocks. Not going to lie, I really wanted Donphan to get that kill. I'm a little upset with Stunfisk for doing that well for Pancake. But all in all, I think we could have played that game a little better. I really need to stop playing as recklessly as I do. It's working out, but it can't work out forever. I've got to pay more attention to the full board state. I'm going to look up what my opponents can actually do rather than just what the top of my head says they're going to do. Like, I go with my gut way too much on this. I know you're supposed to, but maybe thinking about stuff might be better. But I cannot stress enough how much fun I had playing that battle. Like, I always have my matches with my friends around because I always have my matches on my days off. And on my days off, I'm out. But I'm sitting there thinking out loud while they're trying to watch TV. And I'm exclaiming and I'm explaining things out loud in my head. And every once in a while, one will turn around and be like, wait, what's happening? So I got so into this battle that I'm openly narrating it to a room full of people that I'm just kind of hoping are listening. But I'm rambling. Either which way, Alex, great game, dude. Like, seriously, great game. I was on edge so much of that battle. I really hope that we can rematch again in the future. And sincerely, best of luck for the rest of the season, man. Guys, do me a favor. Go down in the description. Check out his channel. Great content creator. Great guy. Just as well, you'll find the links to all the other coaches in the Battle Union, as well as the Battle Union itself. Seriously, check it out. Great vibes. Great crew. Great content. But next week, we are going to be playing King L5, and I am scared for this battle. I'm really just... I'm on edge. I've got 3 teams built for him, and I can't decide which one I want to bring. But stay tuned for that. Until then, stay frosty.